What's up YouTube, Jamie the Kid00 here, coming to you guys with an actual real life version of my F.A.T deck that I've been playing on Dual Network, and you'll be seeing in a few clips across the week. I ended up rounding off a variant and taking it to my locals, but contributed to the fact that I've hardly played any F.A.T or H.A.T games, and the fact that it was outrageously hot in there. I performed pretty badly. I went 2-3 with this list. There were some losses that couldn't have been avoided, but there were some where I could have played a bit better. So all in all, I feel the deck is actually a lot better than I actually played it. I feel I let the deck down, so I have no cop outs for that. All I can say is really I was bad, but I figured I may as well actually show you the list that I played, get your guys' input, see what you think, yada yada yada. So let's get into it. So to start off the list, we played 2 copies of Firefist Bear. This is straight up. This part of the engine is a rip-off of F.H.A.T from the US Nationals, simply because I feel that 3 bears is too much, and I agreed with his number. I tested his number first, then tested 3, then tested 2 in a gorilla, and I just felt that this was the best number. Of course, accompanied by the 1 coach soldier Wolfbark. I opened this so often it was unfunny. It's just so disgusting. Like, I can open this, and I wouldn't see a Tenki for about 6 turns, which was heartbreaking. So this would be a dead card in the hand for ages. But Wolfbark was that. So I played the 3-card fire engine. That's just all you really need. I quite like it. The reason why I actually like playing F.A.T over H.A.T is because the bears actually give you an aggressive side to the deck, whereas H.A.T is very reactive. All of your hands, removal and things like that are very reactive, whereas a bear as a removal card is very aggressive, so you're allowed to go aggressive with these 3. Moving into the more passive stuff, we play, of course, the 3 Traptrix Myrmeleo. We want to be searching out our back row. I really like Myrmeleo in comparison to things like Stratos to search monsters, because Myrmeleo makes monster hands good, because you summon this, and you're actually searching back row, you're searching protection, which is really quite good for you. So the 3 Myrmeleo. I did play the Dionoea. This was my 41st card. I found myself testing the list and really missing Dionoea, so I ended up having to play Dionoea. So I really like it as a card. It was really strong throughout the day, so no complaints there. I then played, of course, the 3 Fire Hand and the 3 Ice Hand. This is different from F.H.A.T's list, because which is of course the most popular F.A.T list going around at the moment, because it was the one that topped the US Nats. I like 3 of each hand instead of 2 because I'm not playing the big Artifact engine. I think that the big Artifact engine is a very bad idea at the moment. There's just so much that stops it, and it's really quite fragile in my opinion. So I just really like these. And then I played 2 Artifact Moralltach. I feel that 3 clogs are really hard. You should only ever need 2. Even though I am playing Triple Sanctum, you make Dagusto Emerald really, really easily in this list, so putting these back is really, really not that difficult. And Sanctum is never that dead when it's set anyway, because it's always going to be there for things like Myrmeleos, Blind Space Typhoons, and things like that to hit, to get you some advantage back. So that is the complete monster lineup. It's fairly simple. It's just basically H.A.T with a 3-card Firefist engine. So that's the monsters, which I'm going to put over here. For the spells, I really like the spell lineup in this deck. I really enjoy it. 1 Dark Hole, just for... I'm actually really testing this card again for dealing with heavily established boards, multiple set hands depending on the situation. It's just been dealing with so many problem game states for me. When you're staring down just silly cards like Dwellers and things like that just really shut you out, a Dark Hole can really be good. And then of course against the kind of established field decks like Sylvans and Rulers, this can give you a lot of assistance when your deck is quite slow. This can also be quite good against Light Swans. If you manage to not lose, you can Dark Hole certain amounts of JDs and things like that. So the whole... I played the 1 book, still an incredibly strong card at the moment. I really like this. 1 Mind Control. Mind is incredibly big at the moment. I absolutely love this card in the mirror. I love it going up against Light Swans, Gear Gear, things like that. Also Dark Hole is really important against Gear Gear, which is still a deck by the way. I just feel that Mind Control is so solid, and a lot of people argue against me playing this, but I just feel that it's so good, especially with every deck in the meta right now. In my opinion, playing hands, like everything I come up against is going to set a hand against me, or at least plays a lot of level 4s. So Mind Control is so solid. And I played 1 Soul Charge just because bringing back multiple Myrmeleos and making them into a pseudo Heavy Storm is kind of fun. So that's the 3 1-offs I played. For the 2-ofs, I played 2 Forbidden Lance. You need to protect your stuff. When you're swinging with hands, you need to have a way to protect them. This is also very, very strong with Bear. A really nice play at turn 1 is set in the Bear, set in this, say and go, and then if your opponent tries to swing into the Bear thinking it's a hand, like when they have a solution to the hand, you can lance their guy, it crashes into the Bear deals damage, and you can search a Tenki, which is really nice. And they'll usually have committed into something like a Dweller, so you're stopping that Dweller from... Well, the Dweller was bad anyway because it was a set Bear, not a hand, and that Dweller isn't doing anything because it's just wasted a material thinking that you've got a set hand when it was actually a Bear. I then played Double Duality. There was no room for 3. 2 was plenty. Like, I play these kind of like upstarts, but you can play these in a deck over 40. They just help you get to the things you need. They help you modulate and pick your next card very wisely, rather than just relying on the draw. This lets you search the kind of missing components to the hand, because as I believe the American national champion said in an article he wrote, he said that the Hat deck has a lot of very, very situational cards, and having the right cards assembled at the same time is a very important factor. And I feel that Duality is very, very strong in actually having that back row assembled. And then play 3 Tenki because you need to deal with you need to have a way to get to your Fire Fist engine, and this card in and of itself is like a pseudo smashing ground, because if you can get this off and get to your Bear, it's if that Bear sticks, it's like smashing ground, and then if you have a Lance, it's basically guaranteed removal. So yeah, that brings me to the end of the spells. For the traps, I played 3 Sanctum. Believe me, 3 Sanctum, 2 Moralltach really does work, unless you open 3, because I have opened 3 of these and it's horrific. But you play 3 of these to get to it quicker. You don't want to play 3 Moralltach because you will draw them. So 3 Sanctum, Triple Prison. Prison is something that I feel is really important for me at the moment because it's an anti-hand policy. Like, I feel like you really need to play outs to the hands, outs to other big swingy things. So I really like Prison at the moment. So I bumped it up to 3. 2 Call of the Haunted. There is not a bad card to Call of the Haunted in this list. All the Traptrix of course get their effects when they're called. You can Call of the Haunted a hand in front of your opponent's swinging monsters, so they have to kill the hand. You can Call of the Haunted a Moralltach in your opponent's turn, so it will trigger. And you can of course Call of the Haunted bears, and of course the all-important Wolfbark, which will then get its effect in your main phase. I feel just Call is a very, very important card in this list. I did find myself signing 1 out though, but it's really important to win game 1 quickly, and this aids with the speed of winning game 1. Then for the somewhat one-offs, there's 1 2-of left. I played 1 Breakthrough. I actually had 2 Fiendish Chains in here, but I cut the chains for a Breakthrough and a D-Prison, because I felt more comfortable playing 1 Breakthrough because it has the double effect, so it was that. The 1 Wiretap, I wanted to play 2, but I only own 1, so 1 Wiretap. 2 Traptrix Chapel Nightmare, such an important card at the moment, so you kind of have to play it. 1 Bottomless, because you want to search it with Myrmeleo, and it's the most important one in my opinion. Like it's the best one. The 1 Torrential because it's a massive blowout card, and the 1 Warning because Warning is ludicrously solid. So my main deck is like falling over in the corner of the desk, so give me a moment, guys. Right, ugly jump cut again because the phone ran out of memory because I was an idiot and forgot to delete my old Noble Knight deck profile, which was still on there. Check it out. Shameless plug. So yeah, onto the extra deck. This extra deck is slightly different from what I actually played at the locals because my E-Knight was still in the post and it actually arrived when I got back home from locals, so we're going to get into the extra deck. I played the 1 Tiger King. This is my poor man's giant hand, I guess. Tiger King just lets me is in here for, of course, the extra Tenki search, and the fact that you can make this guy and negate all sorts of effects on the field, especially the effects of monsters you either can't kill this turn, or things like Dracosac that you need to kill over, so Tiger King, very important card. The E-Knight, because it's E-Knight, and you shouldn't really need this, because if you're playing Hat correctly, you should always be in a state of advantage, but E-Knight is in there for when things don't go your way. The 1 Diamond Direwolf, which I feel is more important in this version compared to actual Hat, because Direwolf, because you're actually playing Beast Warriors in this list, so Direwolf is that slight bit more relevant. The 1 Roach, I feel that Roach is very important for the Lightsworn matchup, especially in the lists that don't play Breakthrough skill. This card can be very, very important, so it's often something you may want to save until game 2 or until you've seen a lot of your opponent's deck. and you're fairly certain they're not playing Breakthrough skill, because otherwise this can be a huge bad card if they are playing the variant with Breakthrough. So, like, use your roaches wisely. I then play double 101 and Silent Monarch because I feel it's a very important card. I really like it on its own as its for its survivability, like even ignoring its actual take it away effect. And then of course you need the second because you can be taking away your opponent's hands that they leave in attack mode, taking away the Moralltachs, taking away the other big stuff if you're playing against Lightsworns, Sylvans, things like that. It's just a really great out to really big boss monsters. So 2 Monarch. I'm currently testing Double Dweller. I really like this for the hands. You really need to have lots of outs to hand. I'm sorry I keep on going on about the hands, but they're so important in this meta right now. I like having the Double Dweller, so if I lose one, I have access to the second one. Because today I only had one. I ended up buying one at the end of the locals for like 10. And I was so happy to pick up a second one because there were so many situations where I'd lose the 1 Dweller and I'd then have no other policy for the hands. So the 2 Dweller, 1 Utopia, which is actually very strong. Utopia is really important because it's bigger than so many things, and it also protects you from hands, protects your Dweller from other swings. It's just so good at protecting loads of things that I really like playing Utopia. And it's 25 as well, which beats over almost everything that your opponent should be making against you. So the Utopia. Emerald, very important card in the deck. Putting back all of your free Xyz cards like your Dionoea, absolutely essential. 1 Cowboy. I haven't been playing this card for ages, and I've been losing, well, not losing games, but prolonging games because I wasn't able to game people with this. I put it back in and I won 2 games with this card. So I'm glad I'm playing Cowboy again. Speaking of games which were won by degenerate takeaway game cards, Heartland Draco is another very important card in F.A.T compared to F.A.T. Because in F.A.T you are playing 3 Tenkis. So you actually have a way to summon this and make it indestructible by battle or untargetable by battle, which is a very important thing because this can behave like a pseudo Spirit Reaper in game states where you actually want it to. You can just sit it in defense and they can't target it for an attack until they find themselves a Fiendish Chain or a Breakthrough. So Heartland, very strong. Black Ship of Corn, sending cards to the graveyard is very important. It's another out to hands, things like that. So Black Ship, very good. Number 80, Rhapsody and Berserk, is, in my opinion, essential for the Lightsworn matchup because you want to banish their names. Of course, you want to be aiming for their one-off names. And then I play 1 rank 5 in the form of Constellar Pleiades, because Constellar Pleiades is very good. Very good. I'm going to quickly talk about a few of my side deck picks, because I felt they were very important going in, and they were very strong when I was playing them. One of my favourite ones was the 2 copies of Full House that I was siding. Because this deck plays the Tenkis, you can play your Full House. Because Tenki will be face-up on the field, that's 1 face-up card. This only needs 1 more. You side these in the Hat matchup, because I feel that that's the best matchup for these to go in. If you use this and your opponent has a Sanctum, if they want to chain the Sanctum, they're not going to get the Sanctum isn't going to be destroyed because it's no longer set, so they're only going to get the destroy with the Moralltach. So regardless, if you're hitting a Sanctum, you're only going to lose 1 card with this. The Tenki gives you the 1 face-up, so literally all you need to do is wait for them to activate a card and you can Full House them. Another card which I felt was very strong, but something that I'm testing is 2 different Dimension Ground. I explained how good this was in my other Dueling Network testing video. And another thing that I was really enjoying testing is a Memory of an Adversary, because there are so many cards that you want to get off your opponent's field, and there are also so many cards that when they're special summoned have effects like Myrmeleo, that if you take it away from your opponent and it's special summoned back, then Myrmeleo will trigger. So Memory is really cool in that respect. And then going to have another look at my little side deck, see if there's anything else I want to talk about. No, not really. There's nothing else except the Vanity's Emptinesses, I guess. I feel that Emptiness is a very important card at the moment that should definitely be sided in Hat and F.A.T variants. But yeah, guys, that brings me to about the end of this video. I'm not going to show a whole side deck because you guys know I don't like showing side decks. I feel you should be developing your own because it depends on the meta you're attending and things like that, playstyle and whatnot. So yeah, guys, hope you've enjoyed. Again, sorry for the jump cut and the probably bad editing that I'm going to have to do because it's now like gone midnight if we're looking at the screen. Yep, it's now gone midnight. Fun. So yeah, guys, hope you've all enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. This has been Jamie the Kid 00. Peace out. Bye-bye.